The Bay Area will grow by another 2 million people to a total of 9 million residents by the year 2040. Where will we live? How will we get to work? How do we keep our air clean? What improvements do we need for mass transit and housing? That's what Plan Bay Area is all about. MTC and the Association of Bay Area Governments, along with other agencies, have been talking to real people about their issues, their dreams, their future, and how to plan for all this growth.
Thank you.
People thronged to public workshops in all 9 Bay Area counties. There were a total of 10 public hearings. So many attended in Alameda County, there were 2 workshops there. There was also public outreach with another 1,600 people surveyed by 14 community-based organizations, with the survey translated into Chinese, Vietnamese, Tagalog, and Spanish.
What they're doing is they're wanting to find out. They said, how would you like to plan the growth in the Bay Area?
Getting better transportation with better fuel systems and all that would help the environment a lot more. So.
The agency's message was the same everywhere. They need your help in planning for another 2 million residents.
And that's enough people to fill cities the size of 2 San Jose's and 4 Oaklands. And tonight, you'll have a unique opportunity to provide some direct input to the agencies that are responsible for developing the long-range housing and transportation blueprint for our region. These agencies, the Association of Bay Area Government, the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, will adopt this long-range plan known as the Plan Bay Area by the spring of 2013.
Agencies have always planned for growth, but they did so independently. This is the first time the Association of Bay Area Governments and the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, along with the Bay Area Air Quality Management District and the Bay Conservation and Development Commission, are working on a joint regional plan. They hope unprecedented collaboration and extensive public participation will help ensure a sustainable, prosperous future.
People did the urban flight. From what we mentioned, people here have to travel a long time to go to a job.
Right.
So employment, and we need more urbanization.
Transportation is a mess.
Hold that thought, because in the second question, there's a choice to put your transportation dollars into transit.
Most of the growth that this vision plan, 209 new homes. I don't see how that's possible.
Planning for the future with local input and local guidance was mandated by state law SB 375.
There are 2 basic goals: to get clean air, a reduction on greenhouse gas emissions, and the other one is to house our population, including all income groups. We're doing that by aligning our efforts, by bringing together the land use planning, the transportation planning, the housing growth into one effort. We're doing that by coordinating with local jurisdictions.
Plan Bay Area is about developing a regional plan that integrates land use and transportation. In the past, ABAG has developed its own projections and MTC has developed its own long-range regional transportation plan. And we just sort of accepted ABAG's numbers and then developed or designed a transportation system around the demographic projections. SB 375 changed that to now it says that we are to integrate the 2 and plan together.
The workshop surveys were interactive.
You have one keypad polling device that is yours and yours alone.
People were given options, and they picked personal choices for what they thought would be best for housing and transportation.
What we're really asking you is to tell them, Commission, we think you should put transportation dollars into this. And there are 21 choices. And of those 21 choices, you get to choose your top 6.
And the computer tally showed people how their choices could potentially impact their lifestyle.
Now we're going to see which ones scored from the lowest to the highest. We're going to start with the lowest priority. And Ellie, if you figured that out yet?
Yes, easy and low-cost parking.
Okay, easy and low-cost parking. So right in the middle of the stack, we have carbon emissions reductions.
After nearly 2 hours of making choices, people split into roundtable discussions.
If you selected more urban as your preferred scenario, go to tables 5 or 6.
For another hour of fine-tuning options.
What we are doing here is a little card game in which the participants are identifying their most important priorities with regard to making better use of the current transportation network, new transit service, either bus or train, bicycle pedestrian system improvements, financial incentives for affordable housing and/or for the preservation of agricultural land and other open space. We also have a couple of wild cards if there are some other investment strategies that we haven't identified that the participants think are even better.
Plan Bay Area workshops were all about starting a regional conversation on how we should grow. And it wasn't always easy.
I'm going to have somebody talk to you to hear your specific concerns.
I want to hear what she has to say, too. We want to hear what she has to say.
There are people concerned about both the process of planning for change and how potential high-density housing could change their hometown.
Can we just clarify the assumptions before we move forward?
I'll take two questions, okay, just to be fair, but the majority of this group voted that they wanted to move through this exercise.
The survey asked good questions and to the point of what you want your transportation in your community look like.
We're going to experience growth, and I think that question still remains. Where are you going to put everybody?
We have to learn how to make better choices and just start getting better with the decisions that come about.
But I would say that the emphasis of this was, obviously linking housing and transportation. What I think this is fundamentally missed is the focus on jobs.
More people should have been here.
Why?
Because they don't want to ride the bus. I'm riding my Cadillac. My wheelchair is my Cadillac.
You can see the results to the public workshops and how people ranked their priorities in your county and perhaps your hometown at this internet address, onebayarea.org. MTC and ABAG also are considering public input that may not have been included in the surveys, but was handed over in comment cards.
You really do read all of them in their entirety. We summarize them. We provide the transcription of the wild cards in your own words to the planners and policy makers so that they can see in your own words what some of your good ideas are.
This is just one arrow in our outreach quiver, if you will. There's lots of other outreach activities that are going on. We're working with local cities and county staff. We're doing these workshops. We've done telephone polls. We've worked with non-governmental organizations, low-income, predominantly minority areas throughout the region. And we'll be pulling all this information together and presenting it to our boards.
MTC and ABAG are now in the process of choosing detailed growth scenarios and analyzing the impacts of these different options on the environment, the economy, and for social equity. Results are expected by fall 2011, when there will be more public meetings. The final Bay Area plan will be voted on in 2013 and updated every 4 years. I'm Mark Jones reporting.